All right, welcome to Accudemia webinar on generating reports. And today we're going to be going over how you can filter your reports, the different formats that you can get the reports in, and the history options, as well as email when complete feature, and the different report types and what you can get from each one of those. Then we have three different report types. You have administrative reports, center attendance reports, and class attendance reports. All right, and the first thing here is would be under the report. Whenever you create a report, you're going to be choosing your filtering options. Basically, for the filtering, you have a period selection, which allows you to filter by a time period, today, last week, last month, or the semester, or you can even select a certain date range. You have the option with the selection filter to apply those to only certain groups of information. In fact, on this one is a student group, and we only want to see the golf team, so they have that selected. And we're going to jump over here real quick just to show the filtering. So any of the reports that I want to do, if I'm going to, choose enrollment by student. These are the selection filters that I have. So I can pick just, a particular student if I want to see their enrollment. I can choose the golf team like I was shown on the example there. So there's your selection, and then this is your another type of selection. It's the term, so you can choose by the term. Now it depends on the report. Some of them also have the date here. Let's go to attendance by student. And right here, this is the period filtering, so you can do it by the semester or the time periods, and you can choose these little calendars here to choose the dates. Okay, once you've chosen your filtering options, you're going to go to the view report option. But before you do the view report, right here you're going to choose the type of format that you want the report to come out as. And as you can see, we have the three main ones is PDF, a Word, and Excel format. You can also do these other formats, like if you just needed the raw data, you could do a CSV file, which would basically be just comma separated values, which you can use for a lot of different types of imports. And that's all this was illustrating, just saying that you got those three different types. Also, another cool feature of the reporting is the history option. So if you've generated a report and you like that report, you have up to 30 days to reuse that report. After 30 days, that history is deleted. And then you can also even share this report with other people. So just wanted to take a moment here. We're going to go back in and show you that. So if we go to like one of the reports, this one's the administration report, and go to reports history. You'll have all your reports that you've done, and if you remember, what time you might want to make note of it if it's one that you really liked. You can actually either click on it just to see, double check and see if that's your report, but you would just select it in the list. So here we'll do the traffic analysis, or actually we'll do the attendance by tutor, and then we'll click share report. In this field, it asks for an email address. And I'm just going to post mine in there for now, so we can see that. I hit accept. Okay, and the report was sent successfully down here in the bottom. Has a green bar that shows, and then it also gives you the warning that they will be deleted after 30 days. So if it's one you like, you need to run it at least once every 30 days. So, all right, and I don't have my email working, but let's see. Okay, so here's my my report from Accudemia, and it's saying that I was sharing this report with myself, but that's okay. All right. All right, so the next thing here is some other options that you have. This is after you've completed a report. Right here is email when complete. Basically, if you're doing a large report that's got a lot of data in it, it's going to be processing for a good little while. And if you don't have the time to wait for that report to generate, you can actually have it email you. And you'll see a link right here that says email when complete. So one that I like to show for this, because it does take a while for, is, where is it, traffic analysis. This gives you a lot of data. You can either have it charted or in a list view. But let's go ahead and deselect some of these things. But let's say we just want all the visit reports in the chart style, and we'll say a PDF is fine. Okay, so right here it says, okay, you will be emailed when done, because it's taken a while to generate that report. So you click on that, and you know, based on who you're logged in as, it'll send you an email. All right, let's go back here. All right, and then this takes us to the three different types you guys have seen. And basically, administrative reports, they've tried to organize it so that you'll be able to find these reports relatively quickly. And administrative reports would be, you know, maybe a list of the students, a list of all your subject offerings. Whereas the center attendance reports, you're going to have reports related to the appointments that you have scheduled or the walk-ins, so you can kind of get an idea of how your center is doing as far as the people utilizing it. And then finally, a class attendance reports, which are all related to classes in a similar fashion as the center. You can see, you know, how they're doing in the classes, if they're showing up for them on time, or you know, if they're there. And under each one of these administrative reports, we've got all different types of reports. There's, you know, student profile. We're going to take a look at a few of these here, and let's see. Here's some of them that I've already done here. So let's see. Looking here at the student profile. Oh, they don't want me to go there. Okay. So we can actually just do it right here under administration. We're going to go to student profile. And we're just going to leave the filters alone, because I want to see if we can see what's in these reports. Okay, so we're just going to view the result. Okay, so this is your profile questions, and I don't have them answered at the moment, but you have like a report that's based off of all the profile questions that you've uploaded, or that you had them enter in. Here's a good one. It's enrollment by subject area. I had that set up where it was working to pull these up. Let's see. Subject area enrollment. So here's a report. It gives me each of the subject areas and who the instructor is and who they have enrolled in it. So these are all things that maybe an administrator would use. In student registration, this is the student with their ID number, as well as the courses that they have selected. If we're going to go ahead and do one of these, let's see. And let's say you actually just wanted to know, what the enrollment is for your freshmen. You'd create a group for those people, and you filter them by the selection of their freshmen, and you want to know for this term. So you're going to view the report. Okay, so it shows your students what they're enrolled in by the subject area. You can also do that by student as well, right here. Okay. Let's see, I think this was one other one. Student list with address. So this would be if you wanted to maybe have like a list of all your students. You wanted a calling list because you have your phone number and everything in there. Okay, so this is and then you have two different ones here. You have one where if they visited the center before. So maybe you only want a list of all the people that have visited. And you could even do the groups here as well. And you can choose whether the ID shows or not. Oh, okay, so nobody showed for that time period. Let's go back. Let's do all of the semester. Okay, so here's a list of who I'd want to call if I had anything that I wanted to send out to them, or even a mailing list here. So, and these aren't real people, so you don't have to worry about these addresses or anything. All right, so I think we've seen that. Nope, we tried them, so here we go. All right, and here's just a few. I guess I included them in here too. And this is actually a chart one. It's an administrative report, and this is based off the survey of the survey results from the Tutor survey. So this would be like a chart view, and it basically gives you like percentages and something easily read here. And here was the student enrollment. I think we saw that one. And then the administrative reports list. Okay. All right, now we have center attendance reports, and you can see once again we have a lot of different reports here. Let's go through real quick. All right, and we have right here, this is a tutor attendance by subject. And let's go ahead and do one of those real quick. We're going to go back to our Accudemia. Under center attendance, let's go to reports. And what was that again? Tutor attendance by subject. Okay. Okay, so we did tutor attendance. All right, so we're going to include all those in there. And let's do view report. Oh, and you saw what we did. This is where the period gets it's defaulted, I think, to last week, so you want to make sure you have that set. All right, so there's our report. These are the tutors and who they visited with and how long it was in each subject area. Alright, and then here is a traffic analysis for the center. So we're going to go once again under sender attendance. We're going to go to reports, do traffic analysis. And I believe this is the chart of the visits report. So we deselect, you can select all or deselect all by clicking this top one. And if it's like only certain ones, you can click on them that, if you only want return times or by day of week. And we can choose like a different format. Let's say we want it in Word. And we'll go ahead and view the results. Now with the chart, whenever you have a chart one and it has multiple charts, it's going to save it in a zip, but it should have all the Word files in there. So what we'll do is we'll just say open with, and there's each one of our reports. So I can click on one of them. Okay, and I think we may not have had the time period selected. Yeah, but this would be an example of how to get all those chart visits. Yeah, okay. So it defaulted to last week, and you see how that is. So you just want to make sure that you have the period selected. We'll do the same thing. Yeah, that one's actually going to take a little while. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this gives us a little bit better idea. So this one, for instance, is the day and hour, so you can see, what days of the week and what hours are your center more, most busiest. So if you have staffing concerns, you could actually accommodate to those. And it created one for each of the ones we had selected, so you could see, what subjects people are visiting for the center for the most. And on this one it's saying unspecified because maybe at the center I don't have it set to where they have to actually select a subject. And then this is each week how many visits we get to the center. I like that one, so that's why I wanted to show you that. Okay, yeah, this just goes through each one. Alright, and then finally bring us to the class attendance reports. So this is where you can see who's being absent. This is where people are actually scheduled to be at these courses. It's not just walk-ins or appointments. So we have absentee list, tardiness, who's dropped or not registered. Okay, and here's one. It's the class attendance or absentee report list. So let's go here. We're going to go scroll down to the last section here, class attendance. We're going to do a report on that. And we're going to do absence list. Okay, and we're going to have it should automatically, like it's shown here, be selected to your entire semester. So you can set, a certain week if you wanted. Or if you just have it checked, it'll do the whole thing. Alright, and let's view this report. And I think I have a lot of people that are going to be on this list because I don't always sign them in for their classes and they're scheduled, so it might take a little while. We're going to go back to the next report. Well, that takes a second to generate. Oh, actually, that was it. So these were the reports, if you saw the beginning of my slide, that we wanted. And we got done with those. So, all right, let's go back and see if that's generated. And I may even have it here. So, yep, class absentees. So here's an idea of basically you can see what days of the week, the start and end times. And these are the students here that were registered. They're not dropped, and they were absent for the classes. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yep. So this one's a little bit larger because it covered the entire period. So. All right, and I just wanted to provide this information to you. If you guys have any questions, you can always email us at support@accudemia.com. Also, if you aren't aware of it, we do have a website where we'd like to hear back from you if there's any improvements to that system or anything that you see. You can always leave us feedback at accudemia.uservoice.com. And if you haven't already done so, also today's election day, vote out there. I'm going to go ahead and take a look real quick and see what questions we have here. And let's go ahead and unmute that too. So what we're doing basically, we're just getting everything, all of that report data that we did have in a PDF, and we're getting that exported into an Excel spreadsheet, but we actually chose, instead of Excel, a CSV, which is just a comma separated value file, which makes it easier to import back in. And it's just processing right now. Okay, so we're going to view the results, and we'll open it with Excel. So here you have everything in the normal report that's able for it to read, and they even give you this extra information. If we're going to actually import this, we'll probably want to delete these fields out. And what you'll do is then you'll just save this file. It is a CSV already, so we don't have to save it as a CSV, but if you did export it to Excel, you could save that. So let's go ahead and just save this on the desktop. We're just going to call it at risk. Okay, and basically you could create the group first, but actually it should create it when you do the import. And I don't know if you guys have gone into using the import feature, or if you guys even deal with that, or if you have somebody that does it, but you'll actually use the Accudemia Data Exchange software. It's actually available to download if you go to Advanced and Import. Right under there has a Get It Now option, and you'll just download that. This is also have my information pre-filled in, so it knows what school to upload the data, and it's just using my user ID and password to find that school to import the data in. And I've already got a few here set up. One of them is a group. We're going to do a new import job though, and you'd set this up here, selecting the file. We just save that on the desktop. we're just going to name it CSV. Let's see, I should have already saved it that way, but okay, I'll open that. Alright, we may not have saved that properly, but basically this is the way you could go about doing that. And you would map all the fields that it wants for the group, and then at the end you would save it, call it maybe at-risk import, and that way you could have a group created from that. It's a little bit of a process, but it would be a way that you could do that. And then when you go in here under user accounts, you would see them in a group, just like these, because these were actually imported through the group import is, you know, all the seniors, all my freshmen, all my sophomore. Okay, I think that's about it. If nobody has any other questions, thanks for coming out, and have a great day.